Soon may the wellerman come, bring us coffee, tea, and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, take our leave and go. At a fairness on the town, her hair was blonde and her dress was brown. Soon may the wellerman come around.
The combination of rudder and tiller make an effective and intuitive steering system for sailing boats of any size, even ships. So if your boat is already set up with a rudder, why would you want to steer with an oar? Steering with an oar can be a very useful skill to have, and I can think of 3 good reasons why you might want to learn, and I myself am still in the process of learning that skill. To me, the biggest appeal is being able to sail in very shallow water, the proverbial wet lawn. The simple fixed rudder on my 12 is very shallow, but even it is too deep for some of the shallow mud flats that I frequent, and steering with an oar makes a lot more sense. An oar over the stern will also aid a boat that is slow to come about, as my 12 is. A few paddle strokes will quickly bring her around. I'm a big fan of decluttering and simplifying sailing boats as much as possible, and learning to steer with an oar gives you the option of simply leaving the rudder behind and having that much less equipment. I've messed around with the steering oar concept from time to time, and that is the reason that I add the stern transom notch to most of my boats, because I like to have the ability to steer with an oar, but I haven't really put in the time to dial that skill in. In this video, I'm doing exactly that, trying to get to the point that I can own that skill of steering with an oar. And even though I haven't really practiced it much at all and only in very light air, you can see that I have pretty good control of the boat. When I very first got underway, it did feel a little bit squirrely, but it didn't take long to get the hang of it. If you notice that I keep looking back at the oar, it's mainly because I don't know how the blade is oriented, because the shaft is round and the grip is round. A purpose-built sculling oar with a rectangular grip would eliminate this problem. I'm also trying to figure out how much blade needs to be in the water for the oar to have enough steering authority, and the answer is not much at all, which is a good thing because the biggest appeal of this technique to me is use in shallow water. Based on my experiment here, it seems the best technique is, yes, to push or pull the oar like a tiller, but also to apply a little twist. Purpose-built steering oars on ancient vessels were rigged more vertical, and to my understanding, all the steering was done by actually twisting the oar. Rigging the oar to hang more vertically would probably be a more efficient way of steering, but it's not really possible in my 12-foot skiff, and also would defeat my shallow water purposes. One thing that I may consider changing about my setup, I noticed almost right away that my notch in the transom is too U-shaped and not fully circular enough. It needs to have those ears on top to really grab the oar. Alternatively, I would think a line and cleat near the notch would serve well to secure the oar to the transom and keep it from jumping out of the notch. That was not the smoothest tack performed with an oar, but hey, I'm learning here, and you can see the concept. It actually works really well. I just need a little more practice. I'm just a fisherman tending my net. It's some kind of living, ain't killed me yet. I'm happy as sunshine tending my lines on the big river where the sun always shines. I'm never lonesome wherever I be. I've got the heron to watch over me. I'm just a fisherman trimming my sails, laying out anchor when it's blowing a gale. I stick to the channel, keep it rolling along, go on the tiller as I whistle my song. Pennants are now available at cumberlandrover.com. Historically flown for signal purposes, a pennant is that indescribable something that your boat is missing. They can help you read the wind, increase visibility of your small craft, and they just look cool, fluttering from the masthead or yard of a lug sail. You can have any color you want, as long as it's bright red. I have 2 styles of pennant now available at cumberlandrover.com.